You ever feel like something's off, but in a good way? Like she's acting just a little different around you, and you can't quite put your finger on it? She smiles a bit too long, laughs a bit too hard, and her energy just feels charged. It's like the air between you is different when she's near. But here's the twist. She's trying to play it cool. She doesn't want to make it obvious. She's hiding it, or at least she thinks she is. Tonight, we're diving deep into a side of attraction that most people won't talk about in public. We're talking about those moments when a woman's desire is bubbling under the surface, and she's doing everything she can to keep it under wraps. Not because she doesn't want you to know, but because part of the game is not letting it show. What happens when attraction reaches that point where she can barely keep it together, but she's still trying to act like it's just another regular day? Let's talk about that. You see, when someone is truly into you, physically, emotionally, all of it, it's almost impossible for that energy not to leak out in some way. But when she's trying to maintain control, when she's afraid of looking too eager, that's when things get interesting. It starts small. Maybe she fidgets with her hair when you talk, but not in that absent-minded way. This is deliberate, subtle, like she's trying to shake off the tension or distract herself from where her mind's going. And then there's the way she avoids eye contact, but only sometimes. That quick glance, that moment her gaze lingers a second too long. It's not random, it's hesitation mixed with desire. She's caught in that space between wanting and waiting. You know what else she does? She changes the subject when it gets too close to something personal. Like if the conversation's getting a little intimate, if the vibe's shifting into that unspoken us space, she'll deflect. Maybe laugh it off, maybe make a joke. But it's not because she's not feeling it. It's because she is. And it scares her just enough to pull back. That's the thing about desire. It's vulnerable. It strips away all the layers we use to protect ourselves. And when a woman starts feeling that kind of tension with you, it's like standing too close to a fire. She wants to stay warm, but she doesn't want to get burned. So she overcorrects. She starts acting normal. Too normal. A little. Too casual, too laid back, like nothing's going on. She's not being cold. She's being cautious. She might even tease you in ways that feel playful but oddly charged. Like she's testing the waters, pushing boundaries just to see how you'll react. She's trying to get close without admitting that she's already there in her mind. And here's what most guys miss. It's not about what she says. It's about what she doesn't say. It's in the pauses, the nervous laughter, the little touches that almost feel accidental except they're not. Think about this. You're sitting next to her, maybe watching a movie. Nothing wild is happening. But suddenly, her leg brushes against yours, and it stays there. Not for long. Just long enough for both of you to notice, and then she shifts, just enough to make it seem like nothing happened. That's not an accident. That's tension. That's her battling between instinct and control. And look, not every woman is going to act the same way, but when she's in that space, when she's feeling that pull but doesn't want to be obvious, it shows up in these tiny cracks, these mistakes, not mistakes in a bad way. Mistakes in the sense that her real feelings are slipping through the armor. She starts texting you more, but about nothing in particular, like, "Hey, just wondering if you watched that new episode," or "I saw this thing and thought of you." These aren't just check-ins, they're ways of staying connected, of feeding that spark without having to name it. And then there's the way she lingers when saying goodbye. It's subtle. Maybe she hugs you and it lasts just a second too long. Maybe she smiles in that way that says, "I'm thinking about something I won't say out loud." She might even try to downplay her appearance, like, "Ugh, I look terrible today," even when she's clearly put in effort. That's not self-deprecation. That's her testing whether you notice, whether you see her. Desire is rarely loud. It whispers. It sneaks up in these quiet, confusing ways. And the more she tries to suppress it, the more obvious it becomes. If you're paying attention. But here's the part most people miss. She's not playing hard to get. She's playing hard to admit, because once she does, once she lets that energy fully out into the open, it changes everything. Now there's risk. Now there's vulnerability. Now there's potential for something real. And real is scary, especially when the attraction is more than just surface level, so she masks it. She misdirects. She acts like she's fine when she's feeling the opposite. And if you're not tuned in, you'll miss all of it. You'll think she's just being polite, just friendly. But the truth, she's in her head. She's replaying moments, wondering if you noticed the way she looked at you, the way she shifted closer, the way her breath caught just slightly when you laughed a little too close to her ear. It's all there, right under the surface. And the beautiful part? She's hoping you'll pick up on it, but she's not going to hand it to you. Why? Because part of attraction is the dance, the unspoken tension, the waiting. It's that moment between the spark and the fire, that space where she's into you but trying to stay composed, that moment where she's craving you but still pretending like she's not. And when you can see that, when you can feel that energy without needing her to say it, you'll realize she's not hiding it because she doesn't want it. She's hiding it because it means more than she expected, because desire, real desire, isn't always loud. It's not always bold. Sometimes it's quiet, soft, controlled. Until it's not. And when it finally spills over, that's when things get unforgettable. So the next time she's acting a little different, a little nervous, a little too casual, just know that might not be a mistake. That might be her trying not to fall headfirst into something that's already pulling her in. Thanks for watching. If this hit something deep, or you're starting to think about someone in particular, right now, maybe that's not a mistake either. Take care and pay attention. The signs are everywhere.